Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence, and in today's video I would like to talk about the problem with online pagan groups. Now, I have been on quite a few pagan groups on Facebook throughout my years, ever since I got a Facebook many years ago, and I've found a few problems with them. And I know that there's probably other people who have faced these problems, and I would like to talk about it and bring it to light because I do think it needs to be addressed. So, I can't even remember what was the first one that I joined, but I had joined a certain group when I had just started Magic. I was still a bit naive as to what kind of magic that I wanted to practice or study, what my beliefs were. I wasn't very sure, or really, I wasn't really sure about even who I was, the kind of person I wanted to be. So it was nice to try and find a group of like-minded people who believed in similar things to myself. And I was like, maybe I could get some inspiration on here, maybe make a few online friends, and we could discuss magic and, try to find out the truth together. And I started to realize as I voiced some of my beliefs at the time and some of my opinions on magic that there are a lot of people within the group who they're believers in magic, but they're only restricted to a certain point. And what I mean by that is they believe in magic, they believe that magic is real, but they only believe that we have the ability to use a certain amount of it and no more. So they tended not to be very open-minded with my ideas that we could, like, the sky is the limit when it comes to magic. We just need to work with ourselves and work with our magic to see how far we can go and then try to go farther. And I faced a lot of backlash. So many people commented, were like, oh, you're crazy, your opinions are stupid, you're just an idiotic little kid, you don't know nothing. And that brought me to the second issue, was that there was a lot of people on there who, they've been practicing magic for a long time, so they believed that they knew everything, and they had, like, if you didn't follow their beliefs or you didn't follow the kind of magic they follow, then you were nothing. I've been ridiculed so many times on those sites, which is why I end up leaving those sites. And there's supposed to be an open-minded group. You don't have to agree with the things I write, but, don't be cruel, But, of course, people online, when they're hiding behind a computer, they're going to do what they're going to do. But I distinctly remember trying to explain my belief that if we could work with magic and, discipline ourselves and really concentrate on the powers, not only within ourselves, but within our environment, then potentially one day we might be able to see magic similar to what we see in movies and video games. It is entirely possible, in my opinion. And there were I remember some of the comments, like, one guy was like, oh, I didn't know that this was a kiddie group. I'm leaving because, they're just letting these idiots just say whatever they want. And I remember another, wasn't mean exactly, but, you could tell that they were kind of just humoring me, like, oh, that's very interesting. Like a little kid when they say, I'm going to be president someday, and, you don't believe it, but you're just like, I bet you will. I bet you will. So After facing all that, I stopped voicing my opinions and beliefs on those sites. I stopped trying to find connections on those kinds of sites because I was finding so many people who they claim to be open-minded, and it boggled my mind that these people believe in something that most do not, that they believe in an unseen world and an energy that can't really be seen but felt. And yet when I voice my beliefs about the potential of said energy and said world, they laugh at me and call me stupid. So that just boggles my mind. There was another one that I went to that I quit, where I remember once I was walking my dog and I came across a card with a hole punched in it, and it was a king card. Like a playing card, go fish, stuff like that. And I posted a picture of it on the site and I said, could this possibly be a sign of something? Give me your thoughts. And the admin, she blocked my comment and said, this is a playing card for what they use in Las Vegas to, make sure that the cards can't be used again. And that's not exactly what I asked. And, well, that wasn't what I asked at all. And I was like, could this be a sign or something? And, she made a post like, please only important messages. No, just piddly crap, And I'm just like, wow, you're mean. So I left. The girl was, the woman who did the admin, who was the admin, I'm just going to say plain and simple, she was a bitch. So, I had to leave. Now, I did find one site. It's a Norse pagan site. And I've posted my, my beliefs on there before, and there were a lot of people who, are like, well, that's a very interesting, they don't say it. You can tell that they're not being like sarcastic or anything. They're just like, well, that's very interesting. I would be very interested to, hear like further. Now there was one time when I said, is there a possibility that anyone would have a glamour spell that actually could produce a hallucination for people, to change their look, to look like they're changing their look, kind of like in The Craft. And for those of you who don't know, glamour spells are basically a magic to change your appearance to someone, to fool an onlooker. And everyone was like, I'm pretty sure that's not possible. That's not real. And I'm just like, well, I may have some pretty avant-garde thoughts about such things, but, I think it is possible. I do have a book somewhere in here that I bought called Glamour Magic, but it is more in a physical aspect, like wearing makeup and stuff is a glamour spell, which I will admit, makeup can change your appearance, whether you're a guy or a girl. It can change your appearance a whole lot. But the aspect that I want is to be able to manifest energy around myself as to fool someone. Like maybe look like someone they might know and, experiment with that to see if it is possible. Because I totally believe it is possible, but if I could even get to that point. And I would like to hear your opinions if you guys think it's possible too. Because I don't think I'm the only one thinking this out there. But I just grew so disillusioned with people who take the small stuff in your life, like signs and stuff, and they totally disregard it, and they think, oh, it's nothing, you're just being all weird. Or people who have done magic for a long time, and, they don't want to hear any outside opinions, and so they just try to shut you down and be like, that's not how magic works. Or people who... But there's such a restrictive, I think a cage-like mindset. I feel like my mindset is, open to all possibilities. I try to make sure that I'm open-minded about this subject. But there are a lot of people who, and I talked to a woman at my work who was the same way. Who are, they believe that there's a limit to what humans can achieve with magic. So, And this woman, she at my former workplace, she was a Wiccan. She had been Wiccan for a long time. Her grandmother and her mother had taught her this. And I remember we getting into the conversation about it, and I asked her, I'm like, do you think it's possible that we could eventually get so far into magic that we could actually change life around us or change ourselves? And she said, no, I don't think humans are meant to do that. And I went, which, I mean, I get, humans only have a limited time on this earth, some less than others. So, like with our busy lives, it's so hard to like sit down and discipline yourself and really work on magic. It's not like back in the ancient times when you could just pick a cave and, meditate all you want. You didn't necessarily have to go to work to make a living. Sometimes you could just live out in the wilderness and hunt your own food, grow your own food, and, just do whatever you wanted. This is not that time. So I understand that our society is different, our world is different than back then. And it's a lot harder to hunker down and really focus on magic. But I really think if someone, and I hope to be that person someday, that I can find the time to really focus into my energy. But hopefully one day we can accomplish great things with magic and actually show the world, show the people who or non-believers or all the people who are like, you're wrong about magic. Magic can't do that. Prove them wrong. I would love to see that day, and I hope I live to see that day. So that is my take on the problem with online pagan sites and forums. I would love to hear what your guys' experience with forums are. Did you encounter any bad ones, and what was the problem with them? Please share your experiences down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And have a good day, everybody.